With also with Ann B. Davis. Sorry.
Welcome to Paradise, Michigan, Season 3, Episode 25, Still She Haunts Me. Would anybody like to recap what has happened to get you to this point so far? Or perhaps let me rephrase that. I would like one of you to please recap.
Okay. I'll do Tamiko, you and I can tag team this. Are you ready to help me?
Oh, sure.
Thank you. Okay, so basically, last session started with finding out where Jessica happened to end up after all the kerfuffling last time, which was a private meeting with one of the directors. We all assumed, as did Jessica, that it was going to be Ashley Raven, but it wasn't. It was worse. It was Becky. Upon finding out that it was Becky, Becky was kind of goading Jessica on a little bit and sort of like taunting her almost under the guise of like wanting a relationship with her stepdaughter. Jessica was not having any part of that. And when Jessica finally kind of put her foot down, it became clear that it was not Becky at all. In fact, it was Anne, and she transformed right in front of Jessica's eyes, and all of the bravado melted away, and Anne, I forgot, Tamiko, so like what did Anne have to say?
What is it? They weren't actually in the director's office the whole time. They were in the jealous mirror quantum containment room.
Yes. But then they had a big long argument about, why one of them is out and the other one is inside the mirror world and all of that stuff. But
then they decided, after we retconned it, damn the man, we don't all have to be in this fucking mirror.
Yeah.
We're all getting out.
Yeah. We're all getting out. In the hallway, Laz and the Littles were making their way and trying to, survive. Did Persephone appear to them?
No,
Persephone
was dead. So
Persephone was killed again.
Laz killed Persephone, giving him his third body count.
Congratulations!
I'm still saying it. I don't.
There's
care.
a punch card. You still get you get after 2 more. You get a free sub.
But what is it? But we did discover the mysterious red door with no handle. So there was an engraving on the brass plate of a rose, and it matched the rose that is engraved on Laz's guitar key. And thus, when he began to play his tune, it glowed.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guitar glowed. And then a third spot glowed, and it was Rosie.
Mm-hmm. It was me, and I was pushing the door open. And by the way, Ghost Persephone is being a bitch to me on the other side. And but yeah, so then with all those 3 things combined, they opened the door and also ended up in the quantum containment lab in presumably the jealous mirror space. Rosie, however, did not end up in the quantum containment, etc. space.
Jealous mirror quantum containment room.
Jealous mirror quantum containment room.
The quantum lab is where Oak works.
The whole. Okay, yes. The jealous mirror quantum containment room. Yes. It wouldn't be fun if it wasn't quantum. Anyway, Rosie saw in the center of this room a weird, like, glowy light orb thing, and seemingly holding it all together was a familiar face. It was TJ. And as soon as Rosie entered the room, apparently TJ was unable to maintain his control and his grip on this whatever it is. And just as it kind of went out of control, our episode ended. Oh, and then on the other side, the most important thing, as this was happening in the jealous mirror quantum containment lab
room,
Anne broke out of the mirror and stepped through to join the rest of the gang. And that's where the episode ended.
And it ended with Anne and Jessica holding hands, having broke through at that point of contact where they were both touching the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tamiko.
You're welcome, homie.
Billy.
Rockstars.
Yes.
We're going to step backwards in time just a little bit, once again, just like we did with Jessica. We're back to as Rosie is flatlining, is coding, and everybody is quickly, all the medical personnel are quickly attending to her. A nurse ushers you all out of the room and into the hallway. Begins ushering everybody through. At a certain point, the others realized that Jessica and Billy weren't with them. Well, we discovered that Jessica had been pulled aside by Miss Adams. Now, Billy, we find out why you weren't with them. As you are all moving through the hall and you're sort of near the back of this line of this group of kids, Billy, you are of course passing by the numerous green doors with brass handles, passing out of the medical area, past some administrative offices, and then you make a few seemingly random turns. And at one of these turns, you notice it's a junction off to the right. And what gives you pause, Billy, is as you are passing by this junction, there's about 3 doors on either side of this spur hallway. But it's the door at the end of this hallway that has caught your attention, because one, it is slightly ajar. And 2, from the end of the hall, coming through this door, this green door with the brass handle, you hear music. And you recognize it as one of the songs that was playing while you and Anne slow danced after the big game. You hear Cyndi Lauper's "If You're Lost, You Can Look and You Will Find." I'm not going to sing it. "You will find me time after time.
And you will find me.
If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting time after time." You find yourself, before you even realize it, Billy, you're halfway down this hall.
I would have wandered in that direction without even, thinking about it.
You continue to the partially open door then?
Absolutely.
Yeah. As you reach the door and you pull it open, you see the Paradise Academy Gymnasium, fully decorated, just as it was the night of the Midnight Masquerade homecoming dance. Streamers everywhere. The bleachers pulled out in one section. You can see the table with the punch bowl where Coop was victim to spiked punch.
Oh, God. I forgot about that.
You see the sparkling disco ball hanging from the ceiling, but something is slightly different this time. There is only a single spotlight from somewhere up in the ceiling, pointing straight down into the middle of the room. And there was only one person in this gymnasium. Standing in the middle of the gym floor, under the disco ball and the spotlight, you see Anne. She's wearing a full-length pink gown with taffeta floral ruffles, tight around the waist, but then it flares out at the bottom with multiple layers of pink fabric. Her hair styled with curls and ringlets that cascade over her shoulders. And as you pass into the room, she turns to face you. She holds out both of her hands like this and says, "May I have this dance?"
I'll run my fingers through my hair, trying to, make it look less crappy with all of the everything that's been going on. And I would go, right up to her.
You run up to her and you start dancing. She puts her arms around you. You feel that she's real. You smell the perfume. Now that I didn't get. I got the description of the hair and the dress by going back to when M described how Anne was dressed for the dance.
It's obviously baby soft. She has baby soft on.
But you like all of the things, the tactile, the scents, the sounds of the music, the visual of the gym decorated, and more importantly, Anne standing in front of you now in your arms as you two dance. It's exactly like it was that night.
How are you here?
I've always been here, Billy. Waiting for you.
So, trying to remember everything, especially having not been here for like a month, I had spoken to Anne in the mirror, and somebody told me that we had to get to the moon. I'm
Straight
really sorry.
moon.
My brain is a little mush.
You act like you took a drill to the face.
Dude,
no one is told
there is
Billy,
there's no thematic reason for this to be happening, just so you know. You are not missing anything.
right. Yeah, I'm just like, Billy is trying to work through it.
Okay.
Like, no, you said I had to rescue you. And like, I'm not pulling away, but like, there's definitely hesitation in, the steps of the dance, and, can feel it, or hear it in my voice.
Right now,
she
kind of, as you were saying this, she kind of had her head leaning against your chest, and she looks up at you, and you see her face illuminated from the light, the sparkling from the disco ball catching in her eyes as she looks up at you, and everything has that sort of soft focus to it. She looks up at you and she says, "You are rescuing me, but right now we have this moment. I just wanted us to share in this memory one more time before everything starts to go crazy again."
It's never stopped being crazy. There is something about Paradise that it's like a God, I can't think of the right word. It's like a paradox. The town is paradise, and it's like a constant nightmare. Those who care about each other can't be together. We can't get a break to just be ourselves.
She looks away for a moment. She looks back up at you, and for a moment you just see her looking at you, her eyes darting back and forth as she's looking at your eyes and reading your facial expression, and she inhales and then exhales a deep sigh. Did you ever think that maybe it's not Paradise that's messed up?
What do you mean?
Everything didn't really start to be this way until you and the others and me, all of us came together.
You're saying it's our fault that the psychos in this place decided to experiment?
I don't know, Billy. I'm just...
I think at that point in time, like, he would actually, like, stop and step back and give her a look like, what the hell?
No, I'm sorry.
You're
I'm not
Anne.
No, I'm not trying to blame you or
You are.
any of us.
You just said nothing happened until we got here.
I included
Right.
myself in that, Billy.
Yes, but just because you're sharing the blame doesn't mean you're not taking it off of the rest of us. It's these assholes here in this complex that have fucked around with all of it, with all of us. How could you even insinuate that it's our fault?
I just wanted a few moments where we could enjoy to the end of the song, Billy. Just to the end of the song, before we started to get into what's happening around here. This might be the last moment of peace that we have.
I haven't had a moment of peace since you left.
I just tried to give it to you.
And then you brought up all of this.
Because you pressed it.
Goddamn.
She steps forward and she takes your face, looking up at you, takes your face in both hands, and she's looking up at you, and she's like, so what are we going to do?
So I take a moment and I'm going to do something I have not done in a while. Anne is technically an NPC, right?
What the hell does that mean? I mean,
why do you ask?
I mean, yeah, but also
right, so I'm
no.
going to spend a pop, and I'm going to use my insightful, and I'm going to ask, is this Anne?
I don't know where those things are in this book, but I believe insightful, if I remember correctly, is the one that... Oh, here we go. I got it. Oh, they changed it to intuitive.
Intuitive. I get to ask
intuitive.
one question for one pop, and you have to answer honestly.
May spend one adversity token to ask the GM about your surroundings, an NPC or the like. The GM must answer honestly. You look into Anne's eyes. She's inches from your face, holding your face in her hands. And what you see is Anne. And yes, to a certain extent, it is Anne. But as you look closer, you realize there's somebody looking through Anne's eyes.
Do I have the ability to know whether it is someone just watching, or is someone piloting? Is someone controlling her?
Good question.
I think within the scope of still this intuitive check, you see that it's somebody that is watching through her eyes. And it's not that somebody is controlling her. Anne seems to be moving of her own accord. But somebody is looking through her eyes.
So in that moment, I will.
Rockwell's. Somebody's watching me. Comes over the.
Sure. So I will step back to her. Now I'll offer my hand. And look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to mess up our reunion.
The camera is now moving just been around you as you talk.
It's just been a lot going on, and I haven't been right, and I've been warring with my own self, my own emotions, trying to deal with you being gone and our friends being the ones responsible. It's been too much to bear. And I apologize.
Billy, we won't be apart much longer. If everything...
So how can I get you out? I know the mirror is supposed to be here somewhere.
I'm already working on that.
So what do you need me to do?
Just hold me.
So I do.
As you continue, the camera continues to move in this sort of slow 360 around you. And in a moment that seems to have briefly been forgotten by you, two things happen simultaneously. This is after 2-3 songs have played, and it's just the two of you slow dancing. Somewhere elsewhere in the facility, Persephone has appeared before Oak and Coop and Laz and Ghost Rosie, technically, in the hall.
I'm there.
And I feel like Ghost Rosie in the Halls could be the name of an episode.
That's a great fucking episode.
It also sounds like a good indie band name, Ghost Rosie in the Hall.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
No, I think that's more of an album title.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when that happened, Laz unleashed all of the energy he had harnessed in the crystal caves at the portal against Persephone and disintegrated her. That action caused shockwaves through reality. It caused shockwaves through the facility. It caused director Becky Smith, or Rebecca Smith, as she's professionally known, to drop the disguise and appear as Anne. Mirrored in a moment that was briefly forgotten by you in the serenity of these moments with Anne. The disco ball above your head suddenly detonates. This time it's not just an EMP, it's something more.
It's a BOMB?
It's not a BOMB, but there is an explosion that shatters your reality, Billy. As the camera continues to move around you, it suddenly whip pans around you. You are still holding Anne. But Anne is slumped in your arms. Her throat has been ripped out and blood drains down the front of her pink dress, staining the taffeta and the layers of pink of her dress. And you are standing in Stapler House. All around you are dead bodies, mangled and dismembered. there's a sudden commotion as you are in the you realize you're in the library of Stapler House. There's a common area, a sort of hallway with the stairs that come down, and there's a sudden commotion as both your grandmother Darla and your mother Nancy come rushing at the edge of the room. Nancy's right at the doorway. Darla, just out in that hallway, drops to all fours and instantly transforms into a werewolf. Your mother, Nancy, reaches out and grabs you and says, "We gotta go now! He's found us! He's found you, Billy!" Suddenly, between you and Nancy, a section of the door jamb explodes with a gunshot, sending splinters flying into both of your faces. Nancy looks at you and screams, "Run!" Drops to all fours and transforms into a werewolf.
Oh.
And that's where we're going to switch scenes.
Oh, God.
Don't worry, Billy. We will come back to you.
Do you want them to, Ted? I mean, you just killed your girlfriend. It's a whole fucking thing.
Well, you know, I mean...
If I had a nickel, am I right?
Right. Meanwhile, back in... Good Lord, no. Back in the Jealous Mirror Quantum Containment Room, the scene starts with a close-up of Anne and Jessica. Anne having just stepped through the now completely shattered mirror of that upright version of the Jealous Mirror. Your hands are clasped, and you can now see rivulets of blood running from between your clasped hands, where the shattered glass that was caught between them. For the moment, Anne is not wanting to let go despite the pain. You can feel the glass cutting into your hand, Jessica. But Anne kind of grips just a little bit tighter, not in a in any kind of antagonistic way, but just that way when you hold on to somebody that you haven't seen in a long time and you don't want to let go. What do you do in this moment?
I think Jessica has the urge to pull Anne in for a hug, but I think that urge is quickly doused by the memory of Anne pushing Jess through the mirror again. I think she did it twice. Once the initial time, and the second time when Jess tried to get through a puddle when Anne broke Meredith's hand. Those images and just Anne not letting Jessica out still kind of ring true for Jessica. And so I think once Jessica sees that they're both okay and on the ground, she just ever so slightly phases out of Anne's hand. Are you okay?
You see in Anne's face, one, she saw what you saw. As you remembered those moments, she saw those memories at the same time. And you see the look of both hurt but understanding when you phase out of her grip. She looks at her hand, and you can see the blood all across her palm. And she kind of brushes at the blood in the glass, and she goes... She holds her hand up, and there's no cuts. You actually see there's absolutely no cuts on her palm whatsoever.
Jessica looks at her hand.
You look at your hand, and you see the blood, fragments of mirror and glass, and you watch as a last piece of mirror pushes out of your hand, out of one of the cuts, and you see that cut heal itself.
Oh.
All of the cuts on yours and Anne's hands have healed themselves.
Thanks a lot.
Anne just looks at you and goes, "That's new."
You see this look of like horror and concern come across Jess's face. But she looks back towards the broken mirror. Where's Rosie?
At this point, it's worth noting that Oak, Coop, and Laz, you're all here as well in this room. As you sort of turn away from Anne, I imagine the shot cuts from a tight 2 shot to a wider shot of the room, and we realize that the three of you have just sort of been standing there watching as Anne just stepped through the mirror. Anne actually turns and looks back at the broken mirror and says, "Rosie's in the mirror world." Sort of.
Can't she come out? Just like you did? Now that it's broken, right? She should just be able to come out.
Doesn't quite work that way. The mirror only really works as a portal like that for us. Because it's kind of part of who we are.
Okay,
and
well,
it's
if it doesn't work like that, then
gone.
How does it work?
But it's gone. And she kind of shakes the frame of the mirror and pushes her hand through where you can, and around the frame, like showing that there's nothing there.
Okay, so there's got to be some other way that we can get Rosie out, right?
When I was in there, Rosie wasn't the only one in there. There's that shadow creature. It's left me alone mostly, but it's been in there. And it's been looking for a way out. I gotta believe that if there was some other way out, it would have found it. And I think it's still there. There were 2 other people in there as well. One of them was Persephone. But she was there kind of like Rosie. Rosie's not in the mirror world. She's kind of like a ghost. Did something happen to her?
Yeah.
I think that Oak speaks up on that and immediately is just like, she's in a coma, and I don't know if she's coming out of it. And unless you can figure out, or if you know something that will help us right now, I suggest that now that you're out of the mirror, Anne, you think very, very quickly about exactly how you can help us. Because I don't have any more time for any more fuck-ups.
She looks down at you and she goes, kind of looks over at you, Jessica, and she goes, somebody's testicles dropped.
Badass.
Look, Persephone was in there, and she said she was going to help me get out. But she was like projecting herself in there from somewhere here in the Nexus Labs. She was, I don't know how or what she was doing, but I think she was in more than one place at a time. She even let me do that. I was, and she kind of thinks for a moment, and you see a little flicker of a smile across her lips. She's dancing with Billy. And then it just stopped. I feel like something happened and Persephone doesn't have control anymore.
'Cause she's dead. Laz killed her again.
What? What do you mean? And she suddenly looks at you, Laz. What do you mean you killed her?
Vaporized.
She was trying to hurt Oak and Coop again. And
here?
I couldn't.
You're talking about here, not in the mirror world.
Yeah, here in the hallway.
That can't be. She can't be. She can't be in the hallways.
But she totally was. And
She's-
now she's dead.
She's just kind of, her eyes, she's just kind of searching like this was not something she expected to even be possible.
Damn.
Well, there was one other person there.
Oh.
TJ. She looks at you, Jessica. TJ's been in here ever since, well,
You dragged him in.
Oof.
he pushed me, I dragged him. We were both working against each other and towards the same. Look, that's not the point. TJ's the reason that I haven't been able to get out. And TJ's the reason that shadow thing hasn't been able to get out. I don't understand it. I never wanted to get too close to him. But if whatever happened that allowed us to break the mirror, maybe
So because you're out, you're saying the shadow can get out.
No, I don't. Well, I honestly don't think it can get through this mirror. I think it has to find some other way. But if I was able to get out, then maybe something happened to TJ. He's not holding the boundaries anymore. But when I was in there, I could kind of sense him, but now that I'm out, I have nothing. And she kind of thinks for a moment, and she even reaches down and picks up a large shard of mirror glass. And you see her kind of holding it, twisting it like this. Like she's looking for something. And for just a split second, as she's turning, she's like looking all around the room, almost like she's looking through something. And she turns, and for just a split second, all of you see. Kind of like turning a mirror and catching the sun for a moment. You all see a flash. For a split second, you see TJ and Rosie. And that's where we're going to switch scenes. TJ and Rosie. We are going to join this scene, Rosie, as you have just walked through the red door, into what looked like the quantum, the Jealous Mirror quantum containment room.
Jealous Mirror quantum containment room.
Except what you saw was TJ holding this ball of energy, and then suddenly lose control of it, and let out a string of expletives. And it's just after that outburst where we are going to pick up with TJ and Rosie.
TJ?
Hey.
Hey. Do I need to ask?
Yeah, just let me catch my breath for a sec. Holy shit. You want something to drink?
And Rosie kind of at this kind of like shrugs and be like, "What do you got?"
Like, oh, hold on, just a sec. It's over here. And
I would literally kill for a tab.
He like turns his back to you and he's like, "Holy shit. That's fucking Jessica's best friend. What the fuck?" So, hey, how's Jessica? No, don't fucking say that.
Hey.
Like, oh my god. So like, don't fucking say
Are you
anything.
saying this quietly or is this in your head?
Oh, this is out loud. But not intentionally.
Rosie's pretending to not hear you.
He's like, fucking be cool, man. Be fucking cool. Jesus. Fuck. I got Gatorade? Blue or red?
Blue. I would love a blue Gatorade, thank you.
And he like turns around and has 2 Gatorades and he like, hey, I'm like, oh my god, she looks like shit. What the fuck is wrong with her?
You are talking out loud right now, TJ.
Wait, what?
You're talking. I can hear you. Also, go fuck yourself. Give me that Gatorade. And I like snatch the blue out of his hand.
You hear me?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus fucking crap. Please. Okay. I'm so sorry. Like, please don't.
It's fine.
Say anything to Jessica.
No, I won't say anything to Jessica.
So, no, you don't understand. I'm not crazy, I swear. So, I have to talk to myself so I can't fucking hear it. Because it won't. There's something in here. And it fucks with you and it tells you to do messed up things. And
if this were another game, I would ask to do an insight check. As it is, I would like to do the equivalent of that in this game. Jake, what is that? I want to see if TJ is batshit bonkers.
It's a brains check.
Okay. Here it comes. I got a 1. I don't know. Seems a little off, but you know what? We all have our days.
Yeah, it's... Look, you've both been through a lot.
Yeah, I'm just trying to enjoy my Gatorade here. I'm like, yeah, I guess.
So, like, I'm not fucking crazy, okay?
No.
There's this thing here, and like, it's this like shadow, and it like talks to you and it convinces you to do fucking terrible things.
I put my hand on TJ's shoulder.
And I don't mean to just say these things out loud, but when I think if I talk, I can't hear it. So I just say everything. Oh my god, I hope she fucking is believing this. I'm not fucking crazy.
You're still talking. Anyway, TJ, I think I know exactly when he says it makes you, when he says it, like, it makes you do things, and that's almost verbatim the way Rosie explained it to Laz. And
it's like
she's
this.
Like, I know.
It's like the shadow. He's got like, I don't know. It's like a Star Wars villain name or some shit. It's like Jawa Akeem or something like that.
Is it Indawa Aki? Does that ring a bell?
Jawa?
And Indawa Aki.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, that's what I've been trying to say.
Okay, so I'm not crazy.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Now that we've got that established.
Is it? Okay, and I kind of like get close to TJ. I'm like, is it like still in here?
He's like, so how's Jess?
She's fine, TJ. This is not really the time. She's fine. She's alive.
Wait, what the fuck are you doing here?
Well, ironically, that has to do with Jess.
Is she okay?
Got fucking... Yes. Which is why she's not here. She got shot, and there was a whole thing.
Wait, what?
And she's fine. She's fine. Because, again, so I'm trying. She got shot. I did my healing thing on another person, and I didn't really know how it worked doing it on another person, and bada bing, bada boom, we kind of traded places, and I think, I mean, on the outside, I'm in a coma, and I got to find my way back. I'm like half dead. That's why I'm here.
So, like, that, when you walked in, I was keeping that thing away by using whatever that light thing is. It's like, I don't know, it's like a heart or something here, and I tapped into it somehow, and it kept it away from me, and like, I don't know, I could feel that it was angry and that it couldn't get out, and I could feel Anne and those things that like I said, I don't know, it was like they were stuck here as long as I had that thing. But now I don't.
But that means we can get out, right?
Yeah, but you don't understand. That means it can get out too. It's gonna kill them all. No, well, it's going to kill them all. Anything, anybody, innocent or not, if they have anything to do with this place, it's gonna kill them all.
So we need to find it and make sure it stays in here, and then you and I need to get out. What's with the left? Well, then let's fucking go. What do we? And Rosie, I think puts a finger up and just chugs the rest of this blue Gatorade.
While Rosie's chugging the Gatorade, Chuck. What?
Chuck.
TJ. I just created a whole new NPC.
That's TJ's aunt.
Chuck.
Like there's a twin for him too.
Chuck just comes in.
Chuck.
While Rosie is chugging the Gatorade, TJ, I need you to make either a brains or a grit check.
Well, it definitely ain't gonna be brains. Grits. Where are we at? 5.
What was your grit die?
10.
Oh.
As Rosie is chugging this Gatorade, we see cinematically, we see this look of you almost like you're on the heels of your conversation. It's sort of that almost like a fisheye, super close up, as you're kind of like reaching out with your feelings, thinking about the presences that you felt, and suddenly you hear a crack sound. And you glance over, and where Rosie is tipping this Gatorade bottle back, you see a crack cut across the bottle, and then just a piece falls away. The camera pulls back, and we see actual Rosie drinking the Gatorade, realizing this is one of the reflections on the walls of the quantum, the Jealous Mirror quantum containment room. As you realize, TJ, not Chuck, as you realize, TJ, cracks are spiderwebbing all around all of the mirror surfaces. The mirror itself, the Jealous Mirror itself here in this place, is collapsing in on itself, and you realize you cannot sense Anne anymore.
Rosie, listen.
What?
Do you hear that?
Hear what?
Shut up. I'm sorry.
You just asked me if I could hear. Okay.
Sorry.
We really got to work on the social skills again, man. We got to get you acclimated.
I don't hear it.
Hear
can't hear
what?
I can only... No, that can't be. She's not here.
Who isn't?
Anne is gone. No,
do I get a sense? Because I'm like not like of this place, but Anne has been kind of my buddy a little bit in here.
Yeah.
Do I get a sense that she's gone?
Make a brains or a grit check.
Oh, I will select grit. I will select grit, please. I got a 15.
Was that a D20?
Yes. Oh, I way sense it. I sense it so hard.
So you focus on your connection that you established with Anne when you came through into this place. And we see, almost like in super fast replay in your mind, all these moments where you were interacting with Anne since you came in here, interspersed with memories of Anne from on the other side, memories of when you realized that Anne had forced Jessica into the mirror, all these, just everything about, all emotional things connected to Anne, just flashing through your mind, but they're passing by you quicker and quicker, and everything you realize there's a single point that's at the center of it that gets closer and closer and closer, and for a split second there's a flash, and both you and TJ see it almost in your mind's eye, or maybe it's on one of the collapsing walls. For a split second you see a sort of high angle view of Anne sort of in the foreground, Jessica right next to her, Laz, Coop, and Oak. It's the inverse of that moment when Anne was flipping the glass around and they saw a glimpse of you. This is you seeing that, and you realize, because in that same split second image you see the frame of the Jealous Mirror, the vanity mirror, completely empty of glass, and you realize Anne made it out.
That
No.
bitch!
That's impossible. She would have had to have known that I would lose concentration, and she would have had to like been standing right at the mirror. There's no fucking way.
TJ, you realize the greater implication of this. If Anne is out and the jealous mirror is broken, Ndawa Aki is going to look even harder for a way out of this place. And you suspect, suddenly realizing this sort of the ramifications of everything here. This means the reason you can't sense Ndawa, you can sense his presence, but you can't sense him probing your mind or being nearby, trying to break your defenses. You realize if he's not antagonizing, or more specifically, it isn't antagonizing you, that means it may have found a potential way out. And that's where we're going to switch scenes.
Oh, fuck that. Hey, by the way, you might want to move that D20, Jake. Chad's hiding.
No, it's giving him full
I couldn't figure out why Chad was stuck down so low. The green dye blends in so well with
Ollie Oxenfree, Chad.
There he is.
Hey,
can you find Chad?
Marco.
On the count of 3, everybody say, move that die.
I've always wanted to.
Billy.
Yes.
Your mom and your grandma have just transformed into wolves, telling you to run. There's dead bodies everywhere. One of them is apparently Anne. And a gunshot has just ripped apart the door frame in front of you, implying that somebody is shooting at you inside your house. Mom and grandma have...
look like someone is...
Well, Mom and grandma have headed towards the back of the house, towards the kitchen, which is the nearest exit.
Oh, so they're running as well. All right, I will.
Yes.
I will follow them.
Do you stay in human form or do you transform?
Am I faster as a dogman or wolf?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, then yeah, I'll shift and follow suit. Not necessarily because Darla did, but because Mom did. Mom actually gives a shit.
You transform as you're heading out the door. Give me a quick brains check as Billy. This is sort of like your last moment having your Billy brains before you turn into before you turn fully into wolf and your brains decline.
19.
As you are mid-transformation, you glance towards the other end of this entrance hall, and there's the main entrance, and there's that little foyer, and then the entrance that comes in right near the stairs where Mom and Grandma came down. You look over there, and you see a silhouette of a tall, broad-shouldered man. And you catch a glint from light coming through the window, of moonlight coming through the window, off of a long-barreled 357 as cocks it and takes aim at you. You transform and sort of skid out into the hall. You hit the table that's in the middle with this vase. The vase comes crashing down. And as you charge down the hall, following Mom and Grandma, Nancy and Darla, they're already out the back door. The back door is off the hinges where Darla burst through it. And you're more following their scent than you're following, because you can't physically see them at this moment. You hear a shot ring out as the bullet hits the wall above your head.
I kind of want to use, like if I'm following their scent, I don't want to go in exactly the same direction to start. So I want to propel like off of the door frame and like launch myself off the porch and go kind of like catty corner rather than just going off straight. I want to like break line of sight So like use the house as a block between me and him, and then try to use that extra time to get into the tree cover.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. In fact, as you launch off the back porch, you see, and you can almost see it like for a moment, think of it like wolf vision. You can kind of see the scent trails and see sort of almost in like night vision where your Darla and Nancy had the same idea. Darla peeled off and went west towards the general direction of the lakeshore. Nancy was zigzagging and headed straight northward. And you jump off the porch and immediately cut at an angle heading eastward. How far are you looking to run, just so you can get into the cover of the woods?
I'll get to the cover of the trees and like see if there is still gunfire, see if like this thing is giving chase.
Well, before you make it to the trees, since I know that's where you're going.
Yep.
I need you to make a flight check.
Flight check as Wolf. That is going to be a 5.
This is probably not going to be great.
Oh.
That is your DC, because you're opposing something that is happening. The person I have just rolled for has rolled a 17, so you can either let your 5 stand, or you can spend 13 domain pops to beat that.
I'm not spending 13 pops. That's
just as you are running and about to hit. We see first from your point of view, low angle, night vision, head turning to kind of check on where Nancy's heading off to the north, also heading for the wood line that direction. We see that sort of motion, that loping, long strides, covering great distance. And then we cut to a different perspective as we see wolf form Billy charging laterally across the screen from left to right, heading towards the wood line, and we see the jostling. We're seeing him illuminated in headlights.
Ooh.
As the Stapler family car
Carson?
careens across the lawn and slams into wolf form Billy.
Oh.
Because you lost that contest by so much,
Sure.
you were going to take injury. I'm not going to bring up the
Sure.
the thing right now, but it would put you.
I'm hurting.
It would put you at. I gotta actually look at him because I don't remember.
This game has really illustrated the importance of stop, look, and listen.
I said I'm not going to bring it up, and then I brought it up so I can look at him. And the stream deck is malfunctioning. 1 second.
Hey, while Jake looks at the stream deck, why don't you look at us on redbubble.com? At redbubble.com, we got all kinds of great t-shirts like the one I'm wearing, the one Jeremy is wearing, and all kinds of other cool designs. You can get designs for your fantasy games or this cool Kids on Bikes game. Or you can get all our logos on mugs and stickers and t-shirts and hoodies and all kinds of other cool stuff. There's almost always a deal at redbubble.com, especially if it's your first time shopping. So check us out today on redbubble.com. Just search Mini Terrain Domain.
Thank you. So Billy, you are injured. You were taken down from healthy, past stressed, and into injured. What this means is it'll kind of play out depending on the types of checks you make.
Yep.
But you see now, you recognize that you were just hit and you were sent flying across before you made it to the woods, sprawling across the grass and skidding and sort of almost digging your claws in. And we see this moment where wolf form Billy, you start to stand up on all fours, and the strength's not quite there. you're not sure if your right rear hip and leg is broken, but it hurts a lot and you can't move as fast. There's now a car with a broken headlight. Probably about...
So there's this moment of like, I'm sailing across, my backyard, and I kind of dig my paws into the dirt as my vision blurs with pain. I just take a brief moment to look towards the car and the house to see, like, if there is any movement. Is the car, after hitting me, like someone coming out like, oh my god, I didn't see? Or is like, are they revving up to chase again? Is the person outside of the house and now firing at me?
So there's no question, although your wolf brain might not be fully comprehending it, this is not the drive. This is the way backyard. So clearly somebody did not accidentally hit you. This was intentional. As you look up and you see one of the headlights is broken, and you can actually, with your extra sensitive hearing, you can hear the hiss and the ticking of the stalled engine. The radiator is burst, steam rising. You hear the door open, and a figure steps out and crosses towards the front, taking a few steps towards you. Calls back in the direction of the house and says, "He's over here!" And takes another step and is illuminated in stark contrast on the one side from the still glowing headlamp. You see Carson.
Oh,
I would have recognized the voice, right?
Yeah, you absolutely would have recognized the voice too.
So as soon as he calls to the house, I would lope off and try to get to cover as quickly as possible, and praying that even with the damage, that my wolfen form is faster than whatever they're going to be able to do through the woods.
Mm-hmm.
You make me remind me, in your wolf form, you have your physical stats are the ones that are all boosted, right?
All of my stats change.
Right. So you have boosted grit, flight, and fight.
So my fight goes up, my flight goes up, my grit goes down, my brawn goes up massively.
Brawn goes up. That's it. I'm not sure. This would kind of be. I'm going to have you use one of your heightened stats. I'm thinking flight, because that's the closest I can, unless you can make an argument for something else. I'm thinking I want you to make sort of an instinct based check. So this is in place of brains, where you're not really thinking. This is more just instinct taking over. So I'm thinking flight's going to cover
my flight, is gonna have to be it.
Okay.
Almost as good as I can do. It's a 9.
It's enough.
That's pretty damn good.
The DC was only a 6.
Yes.
As you turn towards the woods, you catch wind and then sight of probably the opposite of what you wanted to see. Nancy has veered her course. Right before she made it into the woods, seeing what happened, she's now running along the wood line straight in your direction. You continue into the woods?
Yeah, I mean, like, generally the pack scattering, is a momentary thing, and it is supposed to be regroup at X amount, because the wolf is all about the pack. We're stronger together. So I don't mind that she's coming back this way.
So you move into the woods. You're moving slower. You're still moving probably at a pretty decent pace, but you are definitely injured. You're favoring that right rear leg. So Nancy catches up to you quickly. And the two of you continue moving, but she sort of brushes up against your flank, kind of pressing, and you hear she's almost trying to urge you forward to move quicker, but at the same time you hear this wolf whimper as she knows you're in pain, you're injured.
Mm-hmm.
Moments later, you hear from the northwest, coming in your direction, you hear the sounds of a fast approaching creature, and you catch the scent of Darla as she's made a rapid circle through the woods and is moving around to catch up with you. You and Nancy are a little further eastward as she's coming around this way. You hear a shot ring out.
Shit, it's like Bambi.
And Nancy lets out an involuntary cry and stumbles a little bit. And you do the same, Billy. Neither of you has been struck by a bullet. But you are feeling something that you have only probably been told about by Darla in your initial wolf training back in the day.
Okay.
Oh no.
Jeremy nailed it in the side chat. As a member of a werewolf pack, a Michigan Dogman pack, you are feeling empathetic pain. It's intense, and judging by the whimpers from Nancy, you are almost certain that Darla was just shot and killed.
Oh,
and that's where we're going to switch scenes.
Oh my god. No. Shit.
Back in the room with the kids and the twins. It's right after that moment that we just saw with TJ and Rosie, and that we ended on your scene where you just saw each other for a split second.
Wait, there she is. Go, turn it back.
Anne's flicking it all around, and she's like, I'm trying.
Maybe you have to wiggle the rabbit ears.
She turns and looks at you. For a moment, you see the mean Anne.
Oh.
And she looks like she's about to snap at you, and she just goes, it doesn't work that way.
Laz has moved over to the frame that's like filled with like the broken shards, and he's trying desperately to like see if he can't find a way through.
There must be another way in.
Jake,
Anne.
If
like Jessica looks to Anne.
Anne is just thinking. Go ahead, Chad.
I was gonna say that in this moment, I think Oak said his small little piece, but after that, he has literally just been. I think he saw the shard, and the moment that he saw that Rosie existed there, and that she wasn't on the other side of the room here, he starts doing the mental math of how to either replace the mirror back to normal or finding another alternative within this mirrored space, right? He understands the science of this room to a certain degree, so I think for him, he's going to try and kind of map it out to see if, one, there's a alternative that we don't have to like repair the mirror to fix it. And then 2, if there's no alternative, how can he then somehow affect it so that the mirror can be put back together? Those are the 2 things he wants to try to like figure out right now.
So I would like all 3 of you, actually. And then Coop, I don't know if you have something you want to do in this moment, but Jessica, you and Anne are sort of in parallel trying to think of some other way. Laz, you're investigating the frame of what remains of the primary jealous mirror. So I want you to make a brains check. And Oak, you're going to make a brains check as you are. It sounds like you're examining the rest of the quantum, the jealous mirror quantum containment room. Each of you are trying to solve the same puzzle, attacking it from different angles. Is there something you want to do at that time, Coop?
There are 2 things I'd like to do, Jacob. First one, I'm going to tell you so you can marinate on it for a bit. I'm going to spend a pop.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my ability called Treasure Hunter.
Yes,
where,
I love that ability.
I can spend 1 token to find a useful item in the area. Marinate.
Okay.
And then the second thing I'd like to do is, since we saw Rosie briefly for a moment, what is it? Anne might not think that we can wiggle the rabbit ears to get her back, but Coop kind of still thinks that you can. So he's going to try to reach out to Rosie with his mind.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
He's going to try to get Rosie radio.
So you're going to be
Radio
rolling
Rosie.
power tokens.
I don't like the way you said that. I didn't appreciate your tone.
I don't appreciate your tone.
Yes, I will be rolling power tokens, apparently.
Yes, please.
Shall I just start rolling now?
Yeah, hold on a second. I gotta actually build the DC for you. One of the things
You
I
can
really...
do that while I roll.
What I like...
Yes.
Well, you don't want to roll too many, though. Lest something bad happen.
Do 2. You can't possibly be rolling less than 2.
Well, you get 1 for free. Okay, so your DC... Your degree of control... +1. You have... Well, actually, I'm going to say it's a +2 because you're trying to... Normally, this is something you can do pretty easily, but you're trying to cross over the threshold, so to speak, and traverse worlds. This is going to be a +0. You're pretty mastered at your telepathic ability. So we're at a 2.
And I will be rolling the dice that Carrie got me.
Hey.
Causing... So the deviation is... This is the first time this has really been a big factor in a game like this. How much this breaks the rules of the universe. You are trying to telepathically communicate somebody across the veil. That's going to push us... +6.
Is it that weird in this universe, though?
What's that?
I
Not
said, is it
terribly.
that weird in this universe?
Well, that's what I said. That's why it hasn't been an issue very much. But in this case, you're up to a DC of 8, and then your scope is... Alright, we're going to say this is a DC 12.
Okay. I'm rolling my freebie. Carrie, do you want to help me here?
Yes, I'm ready.
So that's 5 on the freebie,
Okay.
5 on the freebie. 5 on 0.
+3,
8 on 1.
+3.
11
on 2.
2.
That's not bad. And 3. A lot of 3s going on
14
here.
on 3.
That's the DC.
Did it.
Okay,
Congratulations. Da 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 da.
What number did we end at?
1, 2, 3.
3.
13?
3 dice is what you used.
3. Yeah.
14. with 14 on 3.
That's pretty good.
Pretty damn good, I'd say.
That's all right. Jake's like, surprise, you die.
Guess what?
Okay.
14.
So
That kills Rosie.
we're going to resolve this in a moment. I will say that there is going to be a cost, and I have that here. So we'll resolve this telepathic thing here in a moment. Laz, you are almost desperately grabbing hold of this frame, trying to figure out this is a physical thing. There has to be a way that you can fix it. It's broken. It's like when you need to change out the wheels on your skateboard, or you want to put new trucks on it. That's something tangible. You grab a screwdriver, turn some screws. You grab hold of the frame almost too angrily, and you feel glass cutting into your hands. It's not going to be enough to cause you to gain the stress condition, stress level, but you do slice up your right hand pretty good, grabbing hold of it, and you're realizing there's no screwdriver and no amount of tape or glue that's going to fix this mirror.
I think he picks up the frame and throws it as far as he can and screams.
So this is the delicate balance of scenes that I'm loving this. You're not quite throwing it yet, as Oak, you're looking at the mirror, the walls around the containment chamber, and you're noticing the first thing. You notice this almost immediately as you get closer. What in your previous experience has been pristine, almost impossibly clear reflections every time you've seen this. This looks like mirror glass that has aged centuries. There's a tarnishing to the silvering on the backside. The reflections as you get close, they're distorted and no longer clear. And as you get super close, you realize you can see where that silvering on the back of a mirror, it has micro fractures all across it, like paint flaking away. And would you physically touch the mirror in your investigation? Nothing bad's going to happen. I just want to know if you would reach
listen.
up.
I don't trust that one bit.
Jake,
Come on, touch the mirror.
You asked the wrong person, because if
Don't
you say,
you wanna-
do you touch it?
Don't you want to just
Of course
touch
I
it?
do. Of course I do.
Okay,
Because this is me. It's me. I'm gonna take the risk, of course.
so you reach up
Mhm.
and you touch the glass of the mirror. And at the same moment that you're touching it, Anne and Jessica are looking at this, still looking. Anne's still holding this fragment of this large shard of the mirror, and just keeps looking at it, like kind of like you look at your phone hoping that you missed a message. Did I miss it? Trying still, while they're, Jessica, you're realizing, you and Anne, it's almost like your brain works just a little bit quicker, because you can sense her thinking along the same lines as you. There's a momentary disruption, as at the same time that Oak is touching the wall, and you move your fingers and you see smudges, not on the glass, in the glass, as if you've smeared paint. The mirror shard in Anne's hand disintegrates into dust. As you look at your hand, Oak, Laz hurls the frame of the jealous mirror at the wall. The entire wall doesn't shatter like glass. As you hit it, it's as if you've just slammed a paddle against a carpet in the old days of cleaning carpets. It's as if dust, like in Infinity War, when Thanos snapped his fingers, not just the wall you hit, the walls, the floor, the ceiling, silver dust just rains down everywhere around all of you.
Oh.
But as the dust is landing, Jessica, Anne, and Oak, the three of you, in a moment of inspiration, intuition, you all have the same thought. Rosie. If Rosie's physical body is here in the laboratory, and Rosie's spirit is in the mirror world, maybe there's a connection between those two things. Coop. Remind me what you were mentally trying to reach out to Rosie.
Mm-hmm.
What were you saying to Rosie?
Hey, Rosie, it's Coop. Are you there? Can you hear me? Are you still alive?
Rosie, it is faint. It is muffled. It almost sounds like you're tuning into an AM station that even on a clear night, you're picking up a distant transmission and you can just barely hear little Coop's voice is just barely coming through.
And I imagine this is at one point when TJ is doing brrrr, and it's like, wait, hold on. Coop? Is that you?
You can hear Rosie.
Rosie! I'm so glad that you're alive!
I don't know that I am, Coop.
The mirror really broke.
Well,
we don't know how to get you out.
Shit. TJ's here. We're working on it. I'm gonna try to get to you. Fuck.
Was Jess there?
Hello?
Oh my god. I think I take TJ by the front of the shirt and I'm like, Jess is fine. If you ask me about her one more time while we're in this stressful situation, I'm gonna pop you in the mouth.
Coop.
Hey, Laz. Oh. Laz. Chuck in a mirror.
You realize that all of a sudden, as you lost the transmission, there's no reflective surface left in this room. It's all raining down around you. Coop, you, as a side effect, your emotions have become heightened, meaning you are more prone to both ends of the spectrum of rage and despair. And you're a little paranoid. And to resolve your use of the domain die, I would like got a couple tables here and I'm trying to figure out which one.
Boy.
Okay. So I want you to roll a D100, please. This is for your treasure hunter.
44.
Okay. We're gonna go with this. As the dust of the mirror and the quantum, every time, of the jealous mirror quantum containment room settles, and you look around, everything, including your friends, all of you, everything is just gray. Because this dust is just all over you. It's not glass. It's not sharp. If you even try to touch it, it just smears into sort of a silvery gray color. You notice, because of this grayness, there's something, and maybe it was protected because you were somehow standing on it. As you shift your foot, you see a white and blue piece of paper about the size, roughly the size of a business card. And it's got some writing on it on the floor.
Coop does a stoop and picks it up. And what's on the card, Jacob?
This is an unused ticket stub for the premiere of the brand new movie Ghostbusters. It is for a theater in Traverse City. Something called a Cinemark.
Yay!
This is really cool, but I don't know what it means.
And Coop takes the ticket and just sticks it in his little pocket because he doesn't understand what that's all about.
I will just put an asterisk next to it or something, because specifically your treasure hunter thing allows you to find something useful. So I will tell you that this is a useful ticket. You just don't know why or how yet.
Oh boy.
Okay. So what is it? So Coop pockets the ticket, like shakes the dust off of it and pockets the ticket, and then goes,
Laz? Hey, Laz.
Yeah.
Rosie's okay. She's still alive. She's in the mirror, and TJ's trying to help her get out. But then we got cut off.
Okay. But all of these mirrors are like dust.
But like, these probably aren't the only mirrors in this whole place, right? Just in this room.
So we just gotta find another mirror, and then what?
And Coop shrugs and looks at Anne.
Anne is still kind of looking at her hand where she was holding that shard. And she looks at Jessica, and then she looks at you, Laz. I don't think the mirrors are any use anymore.
Then what? How do we get there? How do we get her out of there? There's got to be something in this fucked up place. There's got to be some way.
I think it's somehow Rosie has to find her own way out of there. And she's looking at you, Jessica, and you feel the only way I can think to describe this is it's kind of like suddenly recent memories are popping to the surface, and you realize Anne is rifling through your recent memories. And what she seems to be like, there's a pause every time she sees Rosie. And it's like she finds a Rosie memory and she starts tracing it. And you start seeing, suddenly, she very quickly gets to when you got shot and Rosie saving your life, and then everything you know up to this point about Rosie's condition, including being led away and all of that stuff. Like, she's seeing it from your perspective. And all of this happens in seconds. You can respond to it if you want.
I think initially, Jessica, as soon as she feels it, before she realizes what Anne is looking for, she's like, hey, stop. Ew, what are you doing? And then she realizes that it's for Rosie, and she just, then I think her voice softens, and what are you looking for?
Just trying to understand. And then you just sense it, that moment where she's put all of the pieces together and is sort of, she basically just built a recap for herself.
I was like, oh, okay, I'm all caught up. Thanks.
You do, because of this connection, you do get the sense that this, whatever she did, probably works both ways.
Ooh.
She looks at you, Laz, and says, we need to find where Rosie is. And just make sure that where she is here, she's safe. That's where she's going to need to come through.
You mean like where she physically is here? In the
Yes,
facility?
her body. I mean,
Laz heads for the door. Like sneakers squeaking on the floor, like full run.
I think as you're heading for the door, Oak is following you in tandem, but he's trying to help you calm down by explaining to you what in his head canon is like the essentially, in his eyes, Rosie is currently within a labyrinth, because if the Nexus Labs is a labyrinth and the mirror world is also a labyrinth, we've already kind of established that in previous segments. The idea is that Rosie has to find her way through the labyrinth to get to her body. So all we need to do as a group is like form a way to get her the easiest path possible to get back to her body. He doesn't know how to do that yet, but that's what he's understood if the mirror room is completely off limits now to us.
The 80s Ouija board.
It's a Ouija board.
If you guys use a Ouija board to get me out of there, I'm gonna be so happy.
So you guys head out, and since we had already sort of connected when Coop made his connection, TJ and Rosie.
Gotta get out of here. We gotta get the fuck out of here. Do you like ever leave this room? Do you like know your way around?
Grab some supplies. So he like reaches over, like starts throwing like 3 or 4 Gatorades into his bag, reaches over, grabs a flashlight, grabs a first aid kit. He's like,
I think,
heck, let's get ready.
Rosie, it's important to note
oh, go ahead.
that
Go ahead,
as TJ is grabbing these things, it looks like he's reaching over like into a, like he's moving to like a cupboard or a drawer or whatever. He's pulling all of these things just out of empty air. You're in an empty room that was the Jealous Mirror quantum containment room, but in the mirror world. For like, you think back to when he gave you the Gatorade, he turned around, then he turned back and he had 2 Gatorades.
Fascinating.
But he's grabbing stuff, yeah.
In the again very dreamlike state that Rosie is in, TJ, you see Rosie just like not getting ready, and I imagine the camera shot is her just kind of like standing there watching you, and you turn and you pack whatever, like more drinks, and you're like, come on, get ready. And as soon as you turn back around, and this was a cutaway of like a second, she's wearing her backpack and has her bat in her hand, like I'm ready.
Do you have the mirror I gave you?
Do I have the mirror?
Look in your bag. Do you have the mirror that I gave you?
I look in my bag and I pull out the first thing I grab. Is it the mirror that he gave me?
Is it in your backpack on your character sheet?
No. Wait. No.
I gave it to you in the room when... Remember you were like, oh, little Jessica.
Yes! It is on my character sheet in my bag.
What I was getting at was I wasn't being pedantic. Like, if it's not written on your character sheet, then you can't have it. I was being kind of a smartass. Like, do you have it in your inventory? Yes, you do. Then you have it.
Yes, I have it. It's there. I pull it out and I'm like, yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, TJ at this point is like absolutely terrified, and he's not sure what is more terrifying, whether it's the ancient evil that wants to kill them all, or that he's trying not to say the wrong thing to the girl he likes' best friend. So he's like
Probably
super
smart.
paranoid right now. So, and in true 80s style, he reaches the one last time, and he reaches and he tosses a baseball helmet to you, and he reaches back over and he puts a helmet on, a football helmet, and goes, "All right, let's go." Where are you?
I'm here. I'm right here.
No, where are you? Not here, but there. Where are you?
Oh, I'm in the coma. I'm in the
Your
medical.
body!
Yes, the medical wing. I'm in a coma.
Where the fuck are you? Sorry.
I'm like, come with me. And I just like walk, and I don't put the helmet on right away. I just am walking, and I am leading him to where the medical wing of the labs is.
So you walk out the door, and that's where we're going to stop this scene. I'm going to bring this up because I am now certain that this is not going to happen until next week. When we pick up with TJ, and we're not ending the session right now either, but with TJ and Rosie, when your scene continues in our next session, you will officially be starting your challenge.
Oh, Jesus.
Now, the audience is hearing this for the first time, and I'll reiterate this next session as well. When you start your session, or start your challenge, there will be a number of things that you have to accomplish that have pass-fail conditions, win conditions. They're slightly varied. It's not everyone is just a single die roll or something like that. There is for the final step that you have to take, there is a set DC. Your successes and failures will affect that DC. Now, what I didn't tell you earlier is the DC is for Rosie and separately for TJ. You will each be affecting your own final DC. One last thing.
Each other's?
One last thing. Rosie, as a reminder, you have 3 power tokens as indicated on the screen. That means you have 3 times you can attempt to use your power. And every time you do so, you lose 1 power token. So ostensibly, you have 6 power tokens. Make sense?
No. I have a question.
Because
I thought this was my attempts to connect with the outside world, not necessarily my healing power.
I didn't say anything about your healing power.
I thought when you said your power, I thought that's what you meant.
Well, that's what your power is in here, is to connect with the physical world. But this is I'm pointing up here like I'm pointing at your number. This is a finite resource. So the first time you try to do something like that, you'll have 3 dice to use, a maximum.
Mm-hmm.
The second time you try to do it, you only have 2, and the third time 1, hence 6.
I see. Yes, thank you.
He said doing basic math to the
Yes, I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you. That sounds great.
But what nobody knows until now, TJ has a finite number of power tokens as well.
Look at his. His are right there.
His are 7. And TJ, anytime you use a psychic ability, you have up to 7 tokens, but that number will drop to 6, then 5, then 4, then 3. I will go over all of this again, but I wanted to bring that up. That the next time we come to you 2, which will be in our next session, the challenge phase will officially begin.
Oh boy.
But for right now, we are in our final scene of the session. Billy.
Yes.
You and Nancy have just felt the sudden impact of the empathic pain of Darla, your grandmother, Nancy's mother, the matriarch, the last living matriarch of the family, be shot down. How are you reacting to that?
Billy has always been fairly adamant that Darla is the reason why all this shit is happening, and he doesn't even like the last name Stapler. You know, he's had a good connection with his mother. She's the one that's done most of his werewolf training. But I guess like in this moment of like someone else taking her out kind of hurts. Like he thought he was going to be the one to bring her down. So I think like there's this realization of, you know, family is still important even if there was contention. He's not able to do anything towards this hunter, whoever he is, because he's just been hit by a car. But there will be payback. There will be. I will find out who this is because Mom said he's found us, or he found me, whatever the case may be. Is so there will be answers and there will be payback. Kind of urge Mom and I to kind of keep trying to get away.
She hesitates for a moment, another whimper. She looks back in the direction where the shot happened, and you can still see the faint glow from the edge of the woods where the headlight was still burning, and you see this weird elongated shadows of the trees. And you see this almost zeotrope-like effect as two figures are crossing between the trees, creating additional shadows. And you can see maybe a couple hundred yards back towards that wood line, you can see the silhouette of Carson and whoever this mysterious hunter is. The hunter pauses at the body. You see him crouch for a moment, disappearing into the shadow of the ground, and very quickly comes back up. You hear the cocking of that 357 again. And then you hear the sounds of his footsteps as he comes running in your direction. The next sound you hear is not a gunshot. It sounds like a whip. A whistle, a sudden impact, a whimpering cry from Nancy in wolf form. You whip your head over towards Nancy, and you see an arrow in her flank. Crossbow bolt, actually, not an arrow. What do you do in that moment?
I can't not. I charge the hunter.
You whip around, and in wolf form, you start to charge the hunter. I would like you to make a flight check.
Can I vie for giving into rage and turning this into brawn?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
That's a 14.
I'm assuming that was a D20 roll?
Yes, sir.
This is not necessarily a bad thing, but I can guarantee you it's not a good thing.
If I can use 3 pops to send it over.
I'm going to have you save those pops.
Sure.
Let me remove that. Let me think for a moment. I'm not going to have you spend pops. You charge the hunter. And he is charging at you. All you see is shadow. You catch a scent that has a vague familiarity, but you can't place it. You're not even trying to place it in your rage. What happens next happens in the exact same instant that Laz threw the mirror frame against the wall and the last of the Jealous Mirror quantum containment room collapsed. You throw your full force against the hunter. And you feel yourself slam into a wall. Glass shattering around you. Dazed. You're kind of already have this broken leg or hip, at least fractured. You don't take any new injury. Your sheer rage in your wolf form took away that. But glass and a weird gray dust is falling around you. As you shake your head and realize you are standing in the white halls of the Nexus Laboratories. You can see a hallway stretching a little ways with the green doors and the brass handles, and one of the doors had a mirror surface on it that you had collided into. And as you're picking yourself up, you look to one side and you see the body of Darla Stapler. A bullet hole in her forehead, eyes dead and sightless, staring ahead, blood pooling around her. She's maybe 15 feet away from you. Picture this at the end of like a T intersection, and you were running from this part of the T and you collided with the door with the mirror on it. In this direction, you can see maybe another 30, 40 feet. There's a place where it turns around a corner. And you see, standing at the edge, only you get half of their body. You see a broad-shouldered man, and you see the 357 held at his side. But the other half of him is behind that wall. He raises the gun at you. And in the flickering illumination of the fluorescent lights, you see a face of somebody you've not seen in a while. Not Carson. It is Lieutenant Commander Adkins.
Called it!
TJ's dad and the head of security at the Nexus Labs. And he holds and levels the revolver in your direction. And he says, "If you know what's good for you, Wolfie, you'll stay down." What do you do?
For a moment, I just take a look behind me. Is Nancy back there?
Nope. Just Darla 15 feet away from you.
So I will. Well, first off, I still have the messed up leg, right?
Yeah, your leg's still messed up. That's the only injury you've sustained.
I'll raise myself up to my height.
Are you raising?
You work for her?
Wait. Are you transforming back into Billy?
No.
Are you?
But werewolves crouch. So I want to stand
right. So
up
okay,
as a werewolf.
I just want to be clear of what form you were in.
Don't you work for her? Why would you shoot her?
I don't work for monsters. I hunt them. He makes a motion with his gun hand towards his belt, and he kind of goes like this, and something hits the floor and skids across the floor at you, stopping a few feet away from you. Put those on. You see a pair of silver manacles lying at your feet.
You're insane. And you have no honor.
This isn't about honor, monster. What are you going to do? If I were you, I'd already have those manacles on, and you're lucky that I'm even giving you that choice. You hear the...
You expect me to...
Oh, go ahead.
You expect me to put them on. Are you that daft?
When you say that, he steps out from being half shielded by the wall. With his other arm, you see him make a jerking motion.
Well, as soon as he steps out, I start hauling ass down the long hallway.
I'm going to tell you what you see as you're charging, and then we're going to have a roll-off. Because this, I imagine, happening in slow motion. As soon as he, for a split second, he just looks to the side. And that's when you coil up and you just start. You got 30 feet to close.
No, I'm not charging him. I'm going backwards down the hallway.
Oh.
The way I came.
Okay. I still want you to, then in this case, I want you to make a brains check, because I want to see if you see what the audience is about to see.
Oof, I will probably fail. That's an explosion, if anybody cares. That's a 7.
Oh!
As you are sort of skidding in this debris of this dissolved, disintegrated mirror, and it takes a moment, and you get your feet against the base of that green door with the brass handle, and you push off of it. And you start heading. So if you're going the way you were coming from, you would be running towards Darla's body. Is that the direction you intend to go?
Well, you had said I was like, there's like a T intersection.
And you were right over at here. The T. You were at the T.
Right, I'm at the T. He's over here.
He's basically here as if this was another branch. Yep.
Yeah, so I want to come down the perpendicular hand.
Okay, that's going to take you past Darla's body.
Okay.
So you turn to go that way, and there's a split second, and you're going to get to see this. And this, I don't know if this is going to change what you do. As he makes this heaving motion, you catch a glimpse of a bloody, but still alive and on her knees in human form, Nancy.
Oh.
That he pulls out from the side. He has pulled your mother out. Do you keep running?
I will turn and stop.
Where are you going, wolf boy? You're gonna make your mom very sad.
What do you want with her?
I don't want her. I want you.
For what?
That's between me and somebody who has an interest. Are you going to put the shackles on? You notice Nancy is shackled with silver shackles. You can see the silver burning her skin of her wrists, and every time he kind of emphasizes as he's talking to you that she winces in pain.
You take the shackles off of her, I'll put them on.
You don't make the calls here. Put the shackles on.
That's my deal. Take it or leave it.
How about we have a new deal? And he puts the gun to her head.
Oh, shit. Oh.
You want me alive. This is the only way you're getting it. You shoot her, and I will fight until I am dead, or you are.
I would like... No.
Yeah.
I am going to make a roll. Go ahead and make a... since you channeled your rage into brawn before, go ahead and make a brawn roll.
Pathetic. It's 4.
What die were you rolling? A D20?
D20.
I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll grit, and it's gonna be a D12. That is not the first time that has happened before on this channel. You see Lieutenant Commander Adkins weighing your deal versus his ultimatum. You see Nancy looking at you in pain, but also you see a fierce determination in her look. And you see Nancy subtly lower her head, and though she's unable to transform in these shackles, you see a hint of that lupine nature of your mother. And you're pretty sure she's telling you to rip his throat out. That's the last thing you see from your mother. The next thing is an explosion from the gun. And Lieutenant Commander Atkins shoots her in the head with a silver bullet.
And as soon as I see that trigger being pulled, I'm charging forward.
I would like you... This is now going to be a contested roll for combat. For the scene, this is a single roll to determine how this scene plays out. And it is a...
It's brawn versus fight, right?
Yes. Trying to find the, there we go. Trying to find the narrative conditions. Well, hold on.
You have got to be kidding me.
Remember, you have a myriad of domain pops.
Oh, no, the other direction. That's a 42.
Holy shit.
Oh my god, he's dead. TJ, you're an orphan.
Where is the...
Damn.
Hold on.
The level of violence. Oh my god.
It's incredible. Love it.
I
did
don't
not-
think
okay,
I'm.
okay,
I don't
okay.
think he's gonna mourn too hard.
I am...
Thanksgiving might be a little weird though.
I usually have these bookmarked, but I didn't have this one table bookmarked in this book. Give me a second. I'm
got
checking the appendices. Because the table for this situation is different than usual stat checks. Crying out loud. Off the old book. Because I have these marked.
You can go to Thanksgiving with Jessica and Becky.
Okay.
It's hard to tell which will be more awkward.
Okay, so you rolled
Great. Yes.
a
You're so
42
right.
on Braun.
Yes, sir. My D20 exploded twice.
Okay,
Goddamn.
so
That might be the highest
am-
roll of this game. I don't remember a
I
higher
think
one.
we had a 39.
Did we? Okay.
Yeah, I think a couple seasons, like think last
So-
season, 39
Yeah.
was the highest, and now that is officially the highest one.
I am
New
rolling.
And it's a 42, which we
New
all know how
record.
great that is.
Lieutenant Commander Atkins is a trained military man and does have a D20 in his fight. So according to my table,
I beat him by 32, so I believe that gives me full narrative control.
if the attacker's roll is greater by more than 10, the attacker has full control over the narrative. They explain what the defender does in response to the attack and how ineffective this response is. The defender is dead or quite nearly dead. The bullet hits him between the eyes, blah, 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 blah. So what this was determining was picturing this again in slow motion as he shoots Nancy in the head. With the motion of that gunshot, he's pulling the gun away, raising it towards you, and preparing for the next shot. And
So,
that's where
Okay.
you take over narrative control.
all right, so I'm going to say that he gets a shot off, but I was expecting that. So I am zigzagging off the wall. Like, I'm cringing in pain from, my messed up leg. But even with, the pain, there is no turning back. I saw, my girlfriend dead, grandmother dead, mother dead. There is nothing but rage and death in answer. And I barrel my full wolf form into the mass of bodies, my fangs sinking into his neck, tearing his throat out, but that's not enough. I keep taking bites until I literally rip his head off his body.
Like you do.
I imagine
Hell
as
yeah,
that
man.
happens, and once you make contact and you do the initial ripping his throat out, as his body is collapsing, the camera is just moving slowly away from this scene at ground level, and we see Nancy's eyes, face covered in blood, as she's laying on the floor, staring straight ahead. The camera continues as we hear this and almost getting blurry in the background, and we pass by the body of Darla Stapler in the hallway. We cut briefly to the scene of Oak, Coop, Laz, Anne, and Jessica running through the hallways. And suddenly, Anne, well, actually first, you all hear a muffled pop that sounds like a gunshot.
Can I add one additional thing that'll help? So once the body is, been completely beheaded and bleeding out, well, not bleeding out, but bleeding onto the floor, there is just a mournful howl to basically let whatever is left out.
Perfect.
As he's lying as he's howling over top of his mom's body.
Perfect. You all hear a muffled pop that you may or may not recognize as a gunshot, followed very quickly by another one. And it's just enough for you to kind of go, I kind of picture that scene at the end of American Beauty when there's the gunshot and there's all these shots of different people hearing it, and you just see a couple of them going. So one or two of you, maybe all of you, you kind of hear this, not entirely sure what you're hearing, but then you all hear that howl, a wolf's howl from somewhere distant. You can't quite place it. Anne staggers, grabbing the wall and grabbing with her other hand her heart. Jessica, you feel a little bit of what Anne's feeling. This, not as intensely as she is, but it's like a sudden pang of despair. Anne reaches over and grabs your arm, Jessica, as the others continue running. Or if you do continue running, but she grabs your arm and she says, Billy's in trouble. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh my God.
And for those of you who didn't sneakily use your bingo square, the Billy scene was largely helped by Craig.
Damn it.
So you can't have take your bingo square if you didn't already take it.
So close. All I needed you to do was fuck up Coop and Oak, and I would have had a bingo.
Nope.
Hey.
I was hoping
the thing.
I was hoping with all eyes worried about the fate of Rosie that nobody was going to worry that anybody else would be that dramatically in danger.
Bro.
And
I
got to say, we never anticipated you rolling that high.
Jesus Christ.
But
yeah, that was super tense.
The stakes,
that's crazy.
The stakes were very high.
I can't control what the dice do.
The stakes were very high in that if you had lost that, Billy, you would have gotten shot. You would have gotten shot with a silver bullet. And you were already injured. Depending on how badly you lost that could have been very bad. Side note,
I was willing to take that gamble.
I know you guys are always in for the story, and I appreciate it.
And to be fair, once I said that I was moving, I was prepared to drop 10 pops. That was my number.
Boy.
I'll have to find it so I can share it, and I'll share it in the public Discord for those that are watching with us. But there is a scene from a movie. I told Craig about this. I saw this movie probably about 40 years ago, in which the big bad was holding somebody captive, and with very little pretense, just shot them to get to eliminate them from the equation. And I have always wanted to use that, and so I've been planning this one for a little while.
I did not see that coming.
Good.
I thought there was going to be some Deus Ex Machina of some sort, and there was not. So, Stapler family tree is losing some limbs today. It's tough.
One of them I'm not all that concerned about. Not happy about Nancy dying.
So, with that, I want to say a huge thank you to Thanks to Unmade Gaming for the raid. Unmade Gaming dropped in, a longtime friend of the channel, dropped in about an hour ago with a raid. Dice on Ace RPG resubscribing for 75 months.
That's a lot of months.
Skultzy 2, that's 53 months.
So not as many, but also
Still.
a fair amount of months.
We had an anonymous gifter gifting out subs. You guys earned a few, spent a couple, earned a couple. Domain pops. I think we're missing the real catch of the game was Coop found a movie ticket to Ghostbusters.
That's really, I'm interested to see how that pops up.
No, but with that, yeah, thank you to everybody who contributed in those various ways. Thank you to everybody hanging out in the chat. Love seeing it. Love seeing you there. And if you're somebody that lurks quietly in the background, or perhaps you are watching on the VOD, know that we appreciate you and hope you enjoy our games as much as we do. And just a huge thank you to all of these amazing players. Craig, it's awesome to have you joining us once again, though it's in a limited fashion. At least you don't have to worry about your dad anymore.
I don't think he'll be hitting me anymore.
That's good. That's always good.
But no, thank you to all of you. This is the start of what is at least a 2, possibly a 3-part arc. We've got more ground to cover. I feel like we covered a lot of ground tonight. But thank you all. I always appreciate the degree to which everybody is invested in this game. And maybe one day you'll all get to hang out on the beach in Paradise and not have to worry about who knows what. Or maybe some of you. Some of you will get to hang out on the beach. With
whoever's
that,
whoever's left,
yeah, whoever's
hang out
left.
on the beach.
It's. Let's face it. It's just going to be
just
poor
Coop and
Coop.
Oak,
It's going to be just.
and it's going to be they're going to be by themselves.
Just
going,
Coop and
Just
Oak.
the two littles.
Horribly traumatized littles.
Oh, this sure would be fun if the others were here. Oh, beans.
There's going to be a baseball bat, a
It's
skateboard.
just Squid
Oh my
Games.
God.
It's just Squid Games. That's
Yeah.
what
Oh
this
my
is.
gosh.
Asking who
no.
you miss the most.
Yep.
Thank you to Chad, Tamiko, Carrie, Ted, Jeremy M, and Craig, without whom this would just be me terrorizing myself for a couple hours. With that, we're going to go ahead and end this stream the same way we end every stream, and you can say it with me if you want.
I knew it.